the authoritative declarative of seasons and times. And then it is inspired by the thought that Jesus stood somewhere in a synagogue and says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me." You remember that? And then he went ahead to explain clearly what the Spirit of God had anointed him for. So there's clarity coming from the authoritative declarative of seasons and times. Something was shifting from one season to another season, and Jesus was becoming the embodiment of that change. So it begins with the authoritative declarative of seasons and times. You remember when he says something like this, he says, "This day, this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing." So Jesus became the embodiment of that scripture. He became the person who embodied the authoritative declarative of seasons and times. He pulled the speculative and prophetic into the present. The speculative into the present. He became the embodiment of what had been awaited. So that's number one. The second expression of disruption is what I'm calling the authoritative bridging of market gaps. The authoritative bridging of market gaps. You remember in John chapter 2 when Jesus has gone with his disciples and his mother to a wedding, and the mother tells them the wine is over, do your thing. You know, Jesus responded by saying, "My time is not yet." So the time for Jesus to show up and do whatever he was supposed to do was not yet. But the mother was highlighting that there's a market gap. First, we don't have wine, and there's nobody who can supply wine in this wedding. And if wine is seemingly seen not to be supplied, the reputation of the couple will collapse. So come in and fill in this market gap. That's what Jesus is essentially being told by his mother. What did he say? He says, "My time is not yet." So, but what happened? Eventually, he complied because of market demand. At the wedding in Cana, he turned water into wine. Did he use wineskins? No. Actually, he used what we call the ceremonial clay pots. He took what was available resource and filled the market gap.